Welcome to Wild, Women in Lending Determined to Make an Impact. I'm your host, Robin Lavasser. They say our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. It's being powerful beyond measure. In this podcast, I will share how to break through imaginary ceilings, lean into success, discovering your purpose, and understanding how to create the business and life of your dreams. From failures to triumphs and all the tactics in between, let's jump into the wild arena together. Welcome back to Wild. Here's a wild thought. We actually don't need more hours in the day. We need fewer distractions. We're not actually lacking time. We're leaking it. I recently did an episode on calendar and driving that in, but even more importantly than that, what are you truly focused on? Part of that's, kind of knowing who you are as an avatar, what is most important in your life. And lucky for me, one of my mentors, Todd Screama, said to me years ago, you can be really, really, really good and spend a lot of time in about 3 places in your life and expand that to about 5 things that you want to these are priorities to me. And after that, it gets really hard. You might get, maybe once a year you go rafting or fishing. You're not going to become a pro off of that, but you get to enjoy it from time to time, but it doesn't fit. Golf is a better analogy, probably. You want to become a pro golfer, you have to golf every single day for hours on end. The amount of practice, time, commitment is everything. I watched Shaquille O'Neal on an episode. Obviously, we all know that he's a great, a Hall of Famer, one of the best basketball players. And he's telling his son, he said, do you really want this in terms of going to the NBA? And he said, do you know the amount of sacrifice that I had to give to make this happen? And so I wanted to talk to you, where is your actual focus? What do you really, really want when you think about it? And when I take a step back from mine, I say, gosh, I want to be a really, really great wife. I want to be an incredible mother. I want to be a great leader and coach, if you will, which all plays into work. I've always wanted to be someone that when you think mortgage, when you think real estate, needs it all, you call Robin Lavasser. That's always been a huge thing for me. Great player of this game, if you will, in the office. And then in addition to that, for me, I want a great relationship with God. So I want to really be, and I'm continuing to grow and evolve in that space. And then I expand a little bit to really extended family and friends in terms of priority. Yes, I want to travel. Yes, I would love to take voice lessons. I love to sing. Yes, I would go back to taking piano lessons. Right now, my plate is so incredibly focused on the right things that really fulfill my life. And I get to give everything else a little bit. It's not that you can't have it, quote unquote, all, but when you're focused on everything, or trying to be something, trying to be everything, you really end up being minimally good at minimal things. And I think we underestimate the power of actual focus. So clarity, first of all, creates confidence. I've been so clear since I was 19 years old that I wanted to be a loan officer in the business, right? I really thought initially I wanted to be in operations, but I knew I loved mortgage. When I became a loan officer officially in 2004, I wanted to become a top producer in our town, in our county. That was one of my goals. When I got over to Summit Funding almost 15 years ago, I knew in that moment that I wanted to become, let's start with the number 1 producer in our branch and doing it well. And for me, well was doing it in about 45 hours a week so that I would stay balanced in my parenting and being a wife and all the other things, right? But those were my 3 main focuses on the daily for what I was trying to do. Now, I've been with my husband since I was 19 years old. I've always wanted a intentional, engaging, healthy, still playful and happy marriage. And I have worked on that marriage, if you will. My husband told me he was going to marry me the first night he met me. So very, very, very wise man. And legitimately, since I was 19, I'm 47 now, I have worked every single day on who I am for John and who we are to each other and what we create together. When I got to Summit, I've been laser focused, laser focused. And there's been moments throughout my career where I've seen people have different success, and you all of a sudden buy a bunch of rental properties, and you've got money in crypto, or you're day trading, or you've decided to be the president of this board while you're doing this, while you're doing that. And I've seen the amount of things that we try to take on in general. And I've realized that both in business and life, like, our growth doesn't come from spinning in every single direction. It actually comes from choosing a lane and running so hard in that lane, recognizing that you are the holder of getting to the destination, and how much different that is when you have so many lanes that you're trying to run in, that you're zigzagging and you're all over the place. You're losing the race in some of those lanes no matter what, versus running so hard in those directions. And so how much are you choosing to take on and trying to be potentially everything to everybody, both personally and professionally? Where are you lacking focus? I eliminate a lot of distractions from my life. I don't listen to the news. I really don't scroll a whole bunch on social media. What I do have honed in on social media is very much in alignment with the things that I need to be fed, if you will, meaning I eliminate silly things, and I stick with podcast, clips that have motivational quotes, leadership information, sales tips, marriage tips, parenting advisement, that everything else I just unfollow, unclick, don't want to see that. It will funnel and be 100% about what you're focused on. I was at church the other day, and our pastor was on stage, and he said, if I came into your life, if I walked into your house, if I checked your phone for what you're scrolling on, if I looked at your internet history, would it be representative of what you're trying to achieve, of what you truly in your heart means the most to you and that you want to be the best at? And is that a relationship with God, right? In his instance, that was one of the things. And I thought to myself, gosh, you come into my house and it's abundantly clear that we are family focused. It's abundantly clear that we are marriage focused. It's abundantly clear that we are work focused, if you will, driven in both of our careers and where we want to go in that space. It's abundantly clear that we are parental focused, right? That we are very much about our children and our grandchildren. It's abundantly clear that we are God focused and love focused. It's so clear. And I just, if you in business in general say, I'm going to pick 3 priorities each day, and I'm going to give them the right energy and the right clarity. And it might be 3 priorities in, maybe it's one day a week. It's I have 3 priorities today in my parenting. I have 3 priorities today in my self-care. It doesn't matter what it is. Where do you want to be strong? And you have to pick 3. You have to pick 3 initially. You can do a lot of other things that you enjoy, but you're laser focused, your head down. I'm going to eliminate distractions. I'm going to eliminate distractions even when it's hard. Imagine if every time in your own relationship that you're trying to be healthy, you thought to yourself, I wish I had a better kid. I wish I had a kid that listened all the time and got straight A's. Hey, I wish look at this husband or wife over here. Look how good they are. And you were distracting. Hey, I'm going to watch the news. Hey, I'm going to compare myself online to the person that's closing this much. Or I got in a fight with my company over here. So I'm going to take a bunch of calls and spend 2 hours today talking to recruiters, but then wonder why I don't have the leads that I need to have, why I didn't get home on time to my family. And so forever I've thought, man, did laser focus hurt me? And I will tell you, in anything, whether you are in a sales career, what you are in, laser focus doesn't hurt you. It actually, it absolutely helps you. It helps you move forward. It helps you with your clarity. And it's not to say don't learn new things, but shiny objects are so distracting in our lives, and they often pull us away from thinking, how do I make what I'm actually doing shinier? Maybe I add something for enhancement. I mean, you guys heard my little episode on ChatGPT. I love what it is doing. It is taking a whole new area of time, execution, ideas into my world, into my business, both personally and professionally. I couldn't love it more. It's actually just a huge win. And so if you're really thinking about that, hey, ChatGPT, that's a win. It's not a shiny object. It's something that I say, hey, how do I now plug it in to everything that I am doing to enhance it? but I'm still doing the things that I'm doing. I'm still on the path that I am on, and I'm committed to taking that to growth. So when I wanted to become a top branch loan officer, I achieved it. When I wanted to become the best in the county, number one in Lane County, I achieved it. When I wanted to become the number one lender in Oregon, I was able to achieve it. When I wanted to become the top lender at our company, I achieved it. When I wanted to make myself into a core coach, I achieved it. When I wanted to make sure that my husband and I were growing side by side at the highest level, we achieved it. It's something that we say, hey, I'm going to get my head down, and regardless of how long it takes, I'm going to give it the hours, the time, and the focus to make sure that I get there. I'm not going to be inconsistent. I'm not going to be distracted. And I'm not going to have FOMO about all the other noise, because I know exactly what path I'm on. I know which lane I am in, and I know the destination that I want to reach. And I can't zigzag and quickly get there. But man, if I run forward, full steam ahead, I for sure am going to make it to that destination, only to look out and see what's next on the horizon. If this was helpful, I hope you share it. I hope you can find us or me on social media. Give me a follow, Instagram, Facebook. We've got a Friday call that we do every single week for 45 minutes, live coaching that we can always get you a link to. So don't hesitate to, especially if you're a loan officer in lending, it's really applicable to that. So shoot us a message. We'll get you a link out to that. We have 2 events a year that we'd love to share with everybody. I'm just honored that you guys listen, that hopefully you learn, and that I get to learn from you as well. We will see you soon.